I don't know if I.
All right,
That
welcome to
burns me
VGotM episode number 28, Red Dead Redemption. I'm here with
Woo!
Chief Giraffe,
What?
Witherbottom,
Hello.
Salty,
What up?
and Ninja.
Hey.
How is everybody doing today? Someone angry should be here at some point, but I don't know where he is at the moment.
Did someone just fire off a hey hey?
Hey.
Oh, he just left.
He's gone.
I'm back.
Hey.
Hey. You'll have to explain the hey thing.
Hey.
That's going to be funny because occasionally people at work have watched or threatened to watch this.
I like the term threaten to watch.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
And I don't know. I just feel like the hey hey might dox me more than anything. You like that
Of all
Leonardo
the
DiCaprio meme where the guy's like, "Oh, I know that."
Oh, sorry, we have our first live audience. So say hello to chat, everybody.
They'll think it was me though.
Hello.
Hello.
Wow.
Who's in chat? What's your name?
All right. So
Where do you live? What's your address?
Yeah, ASL.
We also need your social security number,
ASL.
driver's license.
ASL.
To start with, Salty, like this is the beginning of the podcast, but we have to ask you this question right here. So there's a phenomenon called the Mariko Aoki phenomenon, which is a Japanese expression referring to the sudden urge to defecate upon entering a bookstore. Do you suffer from this, Salty?
Actually, yeah, I do. Very, very much so. Like,
What
have
is
you ever
it
been in
where-
a Barnes and Noble?
Yes, I've been in a Barnes
I
and Noble.
don't
You know what I've never done is I've never taken a dump there.
What? How?
I definitely have. I'm laughing because he's got a point.
Yeah, they put something in the air in that store. I don't know what it is,
Nuts.
but it makes you need to shit.
Something in the
X-Lax?
air. Oh yeah.
John, hold this up.
X-Lax?
John, hold this up.
Well, what up?
Salty has the
send
unfortunate
him in the
condition
chat.
that he has to poop anywhere he goes.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to pull up?
Barnes and Noble air poop. I don't know.
Air poop? Air poop. Barnes and Noble air poop. Okay. All right. I'm going to Google this.
Barnes
Yeah,
and Noble.
I guarantee you'll find it. There's a thing with Barnes and Noble.
Oh, y'all need to. Well, if you're talking about pooping,
Well, this,
You know,
need
they
to-
have a,
this popped up. Why do I need to poop every time I'm in Barnes and Noble?
I feel like you could find that about anything though.
Is
Like,
this,
why
is this
do
your
I'd have
Reddit
to poop
account,
every time I'm
Salty?
in a Walmart?
I don't feel the
It might
need to
be.
shit when I enter a Walmart.
yeah,
To be
because
fair.
you're already in a shithole anyway.
Here's a top hit. Why do I always have to poop when I go to Walmart? Some say it's the smell of the store that gets their digestive
Salty.
juices flowing.
Chat wants to know: is there another name for the phenomenon where you have to shit upon entering anybody's house?
I think that's just
like-
ADHD.
That's just called being an asshole.
Ah,
Oh wow!
Wow.
No, see, it's like
that's where the
that
term
thing.
originated, actually.
It's like that thing, when you have ADHD, you walk through a door and you forget. It's kind of like that.
It's just
But
you walk
with
through a
shitting.
door and you shit.
Yeah, exactly.
It's true. You have all poop related conditions.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I think I have IBS. I'm not sure.
Sure, we all do.
Wait, universal problem.
All right, bringing up the next topic. It was funny.
Oh, can we go back to a topic that we talked about last week?
Last
Sure.
week.
Yeah,
Or not last week,
Last
last month.
yeah. What's the topic?
Yes, go on.
Okay, I'm interested. What did we talk about? I
Well,
don't remember.
it's a topic about a certain
Oh my god, this is not
Yes.
starting out good.
way that ladies look.
Oh.
What?
I'm there.
A
But I understand why everyone is.
thing.
Oh, a fupa. Yeah, a fupa.
Yeah, fupa.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, you got something to say about fupas?
yeah. Let's hear.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of thinking this month.
So
I think we've all put fupa into our search history.
And I think I'm ready.
no, it's not that y'all. y'all
There
have
should be a
ruined
Fupanari.
Oh, we've ruined Fupas for you?
You gave
No.
us too much opportunity. What did you want to say?
So
Yeah,
I'm just
continue.
saying, like, I have a friend at work,
Oh,
and she's
Oh,
such
no.
a nice lady. She works really hard, but after that, the day after that podcast, I can't help but like giggle whenever she walks in the room.
Oh no.
God.
Hey,
Bump
you
into
know,
her, you're like, oh, I'm
I'm just
sorry, I
like-
didn't mean to bump into your fupa.
I'm just like, I can't. I'm like,
you know, some
y'all-
people are into it.
oh man.
So
So on this background footage we got rolling here,
Yeah.
I just realized both y'all's characters kind of look super similar.
yeah,
This
Oh,
is
like
this is
Bounty
really
Hunter
nice.
buddies.
Yeah.
this is the Bounty Hunter buddies. Now, since it's
Yeah.
on screen, we'll take the time to explain that
Yeah.
Witherbottom and I had quite the Bounty Hunter duo, and we had
Oh yeah.
we had a name, which was the Bounty Hunter buddies. We had
We had
a
a theme
posse,
song.
Sounds so
and we
gay.
had a theme song, which went something like
Bounty
"Bounty Hunter
Hunter
buddies." Yeah. So
We're bounty hunter buddies.
and so you'll see there's
BHB.
plenty of footage of the Bounty Hunter buddies at work. And for a time, yes, we did have matching outfits.
Personally, I think we need to bring back the mutton chop facial hair. Like
Hunter
that.
buddies.
Ah!
If I could grow hair like that facially, I would.
Facially.
Why
Facially.
did you say facially?
Are you doing
All
that?
the cool guys are putting it at the end of the
Are we
description.
gonna like we need to shave
No.
our pubic hair into
Because
like
you say, oh, I wish I could grow facial hair. That just implies that you don't have a lot of facial hair. But if you say facially, that implies that you can grow it elsewhere.
I wish I could grow it facially. You know?
Okay, so chat wants to know what the term fupa means. Chief, would you
I'm not
explain?
defining it this time.
I'm not
Do they
defining it.
actually- Oh man.
I did it
All right.
last time, and everybody didn't like my
That's no
description.
shows.
Wait, you're for real? There's someone in our chat right now.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
And that's the question we get.
and they're at so a fupa stands
I'm
for
pulling up.
fat.
No, I think
Upper-
Chief brought it up.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't.
He said pubic area,
Yes,
Yeah,
it is
sometimes
pubic,
or-
it's pubic area.
All right.
Yeah, fupa.
not
That's
any other
lame.
words.
In no other words, we are a Christian channel.
Bounty Hunter buddies. Sharing a horse.
Yeah.
You guys weren't allowed to not share ours.
Wait, who's? Wait,
What's
you're
up?
not even. You're for real. There is someone in the chat.
Yeah.
You didn't believe us. I get it.
It's actually just Ninja.
Okay, who made up a YouTube account to do this?
Chief is now on the hunt for whose hands are not in screen at any time.
Yeah,
Like
hands up the whole
Okay.
time.
we're,
All
just,
right,
we're doing
all right,
this.
all
right.
Everybody's
Right
like, were
Bring
you
up the
having
crotch
right now?
cam, everybody. Make sure we can see your hands.
All right. Crotch cam, hold up.
Oh my god, he did
Oh
it.
no,
Oh,
he's not wearing pants.
Oh, why are you so hard?
Everybody's hands up.
That's a real reason for a hand check.
To see if
Now we're getting
hard.
shit talked by chat. They said, "Do y'all not normally have people in chat?" That's pretty embarrassing.
Oh.
No.
No, of course we don't.
Okay,
When
which
you're
one
in
of you
chat,
jerks
that's
typed
pretty
that?
fucking embarrassing.
All right, so I found
We're a
this
very
randomly
exclusive club, BC.
that apparently the sex robots are a thing, right? And like they're
Oh.
I don't
taking
see
the
how
world by
this is a
storm.
coding error.
But there are coding errors that make it prone to violence and strangle humans.
God.
I see this is very intentional.
So who's gonna?
You keep hearing sex robots right around the corner, you know? Like,
Yeah, they've been saying that for like a decade, huh?
just like, how is that not the first thing we've done with AI?
I'm, I mean, like,
I mean,
who doesn't look at the
it kinda
Boston
is, isn't it?
Dynamics
All the
robot?
scientists who invented it fell in love and didn't want to share it.
I know, I'm just like, okay, so we invented AI and we haven't sexed it up yet. Like, this has to
I
be the
mean-
longest that humanity has ever done this.
And yet we
The Bo-
named it the Big Python and
The,
stuff.
Bo- the Boston Dynamics robot has a thick, some thick thighs. So
Is
The
that
one
right?
that's like a dog.
yeah, he walks on two legs now.
Okay.
I love how, like, the invention of like robots and stuff in the future. Someone's gonna be like, hey, let's bang it.
Oh yeah.
They're already
And,
Yeah,
like
no,
that.
they're already doing
Like,
it.
We don't even have them yet.
Yeah.
we don't even have
I
them
like
yet.
that.
But
Yeah,
I
we
just
can't
wanna-
wait for the day that we get overtaken by robots so I can bang a robot.
Exactly.
That was my favorite thing about all the aliens landing memes was everyone was just talking about fucking aliens.
You cannot have sex with it. We'll see.
All
It's
right.
like that's the first thing. People aren't even like, "Oh my god, extraterrestrial life." They're like, "Can we bang it?"
It's the first question always. They they come down from their motherships. And they're like, we come in peace, and it's like, can we bang you?
We're like, we do too.
Seems like we both came here together.
Now watch as I have this mind control to make us both come at the same time.
This is my superpower.
I
Telepathy.
could put a dick in anyone's mouth at any time.
We'll have to explain that one to everyone.
Yeah, that was before the podcast started. We were talking about if we could have a telepathic power to make someone else feel like they have a dick in their mouth.
And then we're talking about the most inopportune time for it.
Yeah. Which blossomed into the
It could just be anything.
superpower
You're like
being to
ordering at
make
a
someone
restaurant.
come.
You're like, oh, they're like, what can I get you this evening? You're like, yeah, I'll have the. Oh.
I'm sorry, sir. Would you like that rare or medium rare?
So this requires a little bit of a background, but Saints Row 4 came out last year, August last year, and went very, very like I don't know if y'all are familiar with the Saints Row franchise.
I played like the first one way back.
Yeah, it's basically like a GTA style thing, like very open world, like you can do whatever you want. But they went very goofy. I think at one point they had a weapon that was just like a giant purple dildo, like a baseball bat.
right.
So last year 4 came out and it was extremely woke, like extremely woke. In a franchise that was kind of like GTA, where it's like supposed to be a little bit like edgy and stuff like that, and it went super woke. So this guy tweeted in August 18th, 2022. Fake Saints Row fans when woke reboot is financial success using the Homelander meme. Well, as of August 31st this year, Volition is out of business because Saints Row 4 was an extreme failure. And,
Oof.
Yeah.
Big
I
oof.
see that readers added context.
I know. And then it's like the X right now.
Oh, Quarter Black Garrett. That guy's hilarious.
Yeah, I like him a lot.
Wow.
Oh.
His name.
Yeah, he used to be on Crowder's thing.
Yeah, he does something with Dave Landau now, and like a pop culture thing, which is I haven't watched any of it, but it's supposed to be good.
I miss Not Gay Jared.
So do we all.
Well, he was funny.
The last thing I think before we start getting into Red Dead is I found out that Reddit is going to start paying posters similar to how X and Twitter does for engagement. So all of those years of karma farming are going to start paying off. And Reddit's going to get so much worse.
So worse.
That's what I'm saying.
Every
That's
post is
horrible.
going to be like, how do I take care of this new kitten from my dying grandpa with cancer who's black
already
and
like
someone
that.
said a racist comment about?
And the top comment's going to be like inward.
The top comment will be deleted.
Yeah. That's when you know you hit like a gold mine of like actually funny Reddit comments when it's just like
When
a
everything's
series of deleted. But they're doing like apparently karma can be converted into currency, and they'll also be able to gain 99 cents for every gold they're awarded.
Gold?
Ugh.
Wow.
So
Jeez.
I saw
Reddit.
something. This is not really related, but a while back, and it was like someone posted in like art, like our art or something like that, like a painting, and it got like I don't know, like 5,000 upvotes or something like that. And then someone posted a picture of a girl holding the painting, and it said like she was like, "I'm the artist" or something like that, and it was like 50,000
yeah.
votes. And it's just like, Reddit's just a bunch of like simpy people who are like,
Oh,
well, I'm going to
absolutely.
upvote
Yeah,
this.
for sure.
Milady.
For sure.
Yeah. Oh, God.
God.
I forgot.
The Milady meme is so like,
So perfect though.
it hits it perfectly.
It is. It's very accurate.
All right. I found out. I discovered this. Okay, and we need to go back to. I don't remember what year is it?
What?
Yeah, we need to go back. We need to go back to 2007. Okay,
Oh my.
because
All right.
I'd love to.
apparently teen suicide
Rare.
rates. Teen
Is
suicide
that
rates
us time traveling?
were
Yeah,
consistently
that's the.
at their lowest when the number of people using slurs in game chat were at their highest.
What was the lowest?
2007 when Call of Duty 4 came out.
Oh yes.
We
Wow.
were saving
I
lives
need to
back
go
then in
back.
those Call of Duty
Save someone's
lobbies.
life. Call
Yeah.
someone the N-word.
Or the F or a faggot. Oh, I can't say it on YouTube.
Oh,
man.
no.
man.
He said it ironically.
well,
Yeah, it was
man.
completely ironic.
It was a quotation.
Yeah.
I was quoting a homophobic Call of Duty lobby.
There you go. Loophole. I'm about to say so many N-words.
I was quoting a black guy.
I was quoting a Call of Duty lobby.
It's okay. We had a black president.
Right.
That's
Is he
true.
going to
All of
join the
America
podcast
gets
at some point?
The whole country gets
Racism
an
is
N-word
now
pass.
gone.
What if that was the rule, that if we had a black president, we could all say
That
the
was why all
N-word?
the white people voted for him.
See, that would be such a hilarious campaign.
What if that was his campaign?
People were like, all right, I don't really want this guy, but I really want to be able to say the N-word, so I'm going to vote for him.
Oh my God.
I'll be the controversy. I'll run under the same rules, except I'm a white guy.
Chat's wanting us to give us some examples of Call of Duty slurs. We're not getting banned on YouTube for you,
No,
Chat.
no.
So,
Can't fool us.
I'll bring
John,
I'll bring it
I
up.
sent
Yeah,
you-
I'll bring it up.
I sent you an article. I don't know if you remember that from back in the day.
I don't. But
Oh my word.
oh, I can't blur it.
Oh my.
It was an automatic tweet the Patriots sent out.
What?
And it went viral.
No. That's
I can't
horrible.
blur it. Oh no.
No.
It was an auto tweet, and it went on live TV. I was
Wow,
watching the
that is
game.
true.
Can we see this on live TV?
You saw it as it came up?
Oh,
Yes.
man.
Wow, man.
That is
Because
awesome.
they put it on the screen at the game.
That is awesome. Oh man, they did that like for like Mountain Dew did it for like trying to name their new flavor or something like that,
Mm.
and it was something like
Mhm.
they end up
Oh,
naming
yeah.
it Hitler, and they just like 4chan came and just like pushed everything to Hitler, and like they were like, oh, I guess we'll just have to call it Hitler for a little bit.
No way.
It's like
So yeah,
I
they
can really unwind
How
with a
have
nice
companies
ice cold
not
Hitler.
learned by now to
I
not
know.
do that? How have
I
they
mean,
not
you
learned that
find
if you
out in
open
like
it to the
middle
internet?
school whenever they're like, all right, everybody vote on like who's going to be class president, and like the winner is like giant penis.
Or
It's not
did
even a
y'all-
guy.
Did y'all ever play that game? Like in school, what was it? It gives
Penis?
you like 4 colors, and you
That
gotta
was a
pick
fun
the
game.
gotta pick the right answer. You know.
Yeah.
And then they let everybody choose their own username, so you don't know who actually is who.
Oh, you're talking about
Oh.
Kahoot. No, they're
yeah,
too
Kahoot.
old.
I just have to interrupt
Too
real
old?
quick.
I'm just like, what
chat-
is going on in schools now?
our
Dude,
viewers,
they didn't
our
know
viewers
about
can't-
the internet when
So,
they were in school.
There's a game called Kahoot, and you basically can pick your own name. You play it on your phone, but it's like connected to the teacher's computer or whatever.
It'd actually
and,
be a fun event here for us.
It would be, yeah.
we should
we-
find
And you
we-
could
we
choose
have a
your own
good time
name,
with it.
and people would come up with the wildest names to show up in the front of the classroom.
Yeah.
I'm sure, yeah.
I can attest that from
Your experience.
my experience.
Yeah. When you're in school too.
Mm-hmm. Needless to say, I have to turn that feature off.
Well, fuck.
Well, shit.
All that hard work Jarnot did being smooth as hell. Gone.
Oh man.
It-
All right. Shall we talk about Red Dead Redemption 2?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Witherbottom.
All right,
give
show
us-
of hands. Who spent longer than 5 minutes in the online multiplayer?
Chat came.
Ooh, everyone.
Everyone except for
Ooh.
Chief.
The 4
Because
minutes
we'd
that
ask
I
you
spent,
every night, and you were like, "Nope, I don't have it downloaded."
No, I did have it downloaded, and the 4
And the
minutes that
photo
I
came
played
out.
online with you guys, I just was like rained on by fireballs from
Yeah.
hell with the cheater, and I was like, okay. And then we went to another lobby, and there was another cheater, and I was like, okay.
Well, that's your own fault. You got to download cheats yourself, so you have protection against the cheaters.
I don't
Yeah.
like cheating.
Well, it's not,
I only had one negative experience on the online. I think I played with Ninja maybe like 5 to 6 times, something like that.
Yeah.
And I only had one when we played with Salty. I
It
only
really
had
wasn't
one
so bad.
negative online experience.
When you play with Salty.
is that when we had the guys? Were we in Tumbleweed?
Yeah,
Remember?
they kind of like cornered
Yeah.
us while we were trying to do a thing. So I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know, Ninja. We probably played maybe like 5 to 6 hours or something like that of online, maybe more. And I only
Yeah.
had one negative experience that lasted maybe 30 minutes to an hour or something like that. So overall, I had a good experience with online, but it sounds like that isn't true across the board.
I made $3,500 online.
And most of the
Right.
time, I felt like it wasn't like griefing when people were cheating. Like they were doing something goofy, but if you like stayed out of their way, a few times they would try and be a douche, but then we just get in voice chat and
What was
eviscerate
that
them.
guy? Like, was it Jack
Yeah.
Morgan or something like that?
Jack Morgan.
Jack Morgan.
So he came
Yeah,
up
Jack Morgan.
and he
We
put
sent
he
him
put
into
ang-
a deep depression.
but he put Angry in like a headlock, like apparently. And so I turned around, I was like, oh no, and I shot him. And so he decided that I was persona non grata and just like followed me around for the next 10 minutes, like
Yeah.
chain killing me.
Yeah.
Mm.
And he'd give stuff to me and Angry, and then John and I would walk up and try and take some out of the chest.
Shoot
Just
me
shoot him.
immediately.
Yeah.
But like we put him into a deep, deep depression.
Yeah, it got in his head.
Yeah.
He started like trying to give us stuff
He
to
started- I
apologize.
know.
He started like making peace offerings, and we were like, no, we didn't take
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Kick you while you're down.
Pretty brutal. Yeah.
Your horse
That
is
was
taking a
where
crap.
you forgot
I-
to record.
That
your own
was I
voice.
was recording, but I didn't record my voice. Yeah, I pulled a
Best-
jar nod.
Best feature in this game is that your horse will just crap everywhere.
That's the best feature. Do you know
This adds
the
up
horse
to
That's
balls
the one.
will-
That's the one Salty cares about.
The,
As
the
soon as
horse
his
balls
gets
will
to everyone's house
retract.
with shits.
Salty's checklist for a good game. Does the horse poop?
The horse balls will retract if you go into the snowy areas.
Do they really?
Yeah, they shrink.
Did
Oh, that's
you
cool.
Does the horse have balls?
did you notice this, or
If
did
you
you
have
read
a
this
stallion-
somewhere?
Ever look at his balls?
I
Yeah.
probably didn't have a horse.
That's
It's the
that-
first thing I look
No.
for.
There is quite a bit of detail throughout
Yes,
the game, which is
you know,
It's a fine
it's an
horse.
amazing-
I
it is an amazingly well-crafted
I
game.
particularly like the scrotum.
That's whenever he tells me to inspect the horse, I go straight to the screen.
Not the teeth.
Detective Scroats.
No, it was honestly a lot of fun. I think it was a good game of the month.
Witherbottom and Ninja Chat wants to know if Tobin Winfield got away. I don't know why they're asking that, but
no. We're just about to get him there.
no,
He's
no,
almost
he
to the
got
jail.
out, and
Oh,
then-
okay.
yeah, sometimes they jump off the horse. They manage to get
Yeah.
out of their bindings. And then
Yeah.
Salty told me that this was because I didn't have a reinforced lasso. Well, that is not, as it turns out, true. Because
Why would you have to reinforce your
and
lasso?
then he told me
with
that
VR.
if you would hit them when you're
Just
prompted, they
forward.
wouldn't get off, but they still get off.
No,
And
they
then you have
won't.
to. I promise you, You lied to me.
I promise you, I've never had somebody escape. If I
That's
hit
because you
them.
cheat.
Yeah, that's
No,
true.
I fucking don't.
You don't cheat it on Red Dead?
Only the last day I played.
How do we know this?
I don't know about that.
Okay.
Ninja
That's
was
just
telling
like
me
someone who
that
did
you
it a
went
whole
and
bunch of
spawned a
years.
bunch of chests for him and Jarnod so Jarnod could get his bounty hunter license.
No, I
Oh,
got the
yeah.
bounty hunter license before Salty logged in. Like,
Yeah, another
Oh.
cheater spawned a bunch of chests for him before me.
Oh.
no, I earned that money. $20 is $20.
It's gold, not fucking dollars.
It converts.
No, it does. Oh, you spent real $20 on gold.
No.
Yes.
I'm loving Salty's
I
following
went
of this
bankrupt.
conversation. You keep going. You keep telling us what you think is happening right now.
Okay, I will.
All right. Witherbottom, give us a little synopsis of what Red Dead is and why you suggested it.
So it's kind of like an open world, a game like GTA or like that set in the Wild West. So you kind of take the role of a cowboy, and there's
I'm a cowboy.
I'm a cowboy. There's a storyline for the single player you can go through where you're kind of like you've got your gang and you're trying to like survive with your gang and build up their reputation or whatever. And then you can also do the online, which is kind of just like free roam, where you kind of just run around and do whatever you want. You can bounty hunt, you can do missions with friends, or you can just go and kill other people. So very similar to like the Grand Theft Auto franchise, but set in Wild West. I had initially played the first Red Dead Redemption when it first came out a long, long time ago, and I've always kind of been wanting to play the second one. I just haven't gotten around to it. So that's why I suggested it for the game of the month.
Nice.
Did you make it through the single player?
No, I'm only about 20% done with the
It's
story.
long.
So
Yeah.
It
I
is
had an
long.
issue with the single player because I was enjoying it, but I would get into a mission, like one of the story missions that you have to do, and there wouldn't be a save in the middle of the story mission. So like
Mm,
I'll be 20 minutes into a mission
it took a long time.
and someone else would log on and be like, hey, let's play Red Dead Online. And so I'd have to like quit out. And so I think I played of the first like 5 missions, I think I played 3 of them 4 or 5 times.
Yikes! Jeez.
And because I was like, I want
Gosh.
to like I wanted to play more. I enjoy this game. I enjoy what's going on, but I can't.
Yeah, the single player is hard to play like while you're talking to people because you have
Yeah.
to sit down and play it for a long period of time. And a huge thing of what makes the game so addicting is the atmosphere.
It's
Yep.
And so
super
you can't,
good.
yeah, like you can't really get immersed in it if you're talking to people. You kind of have to play it solo for like an extended period to really get the game effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I really,
There's-
really enjoyed it when I was playing it.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite games of all time.
I know you got into it really big, and I had not. I think I had played some of it, but hadn't really gotten into it. And you really talked it up, and so then I went and played it. And I don't remember. At some point, I got into it and basically just played it nonstop until the end.
Yeah. I just like games where you can really, I mean, it's like a really rich atmosphere where everything
Yeah.
seems so well rounded, where it's almost like
Yeah.
they've thought of all of the elements that,
You
you
can
know,
tell the
add up to
dev
being
team
a
just-
cowboy.
Yeah, the dev
Yeah.
team just loved making this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For like, so I've never actually played either one, the first or the second one, but my wife played the first one, like trying to get her into games and stuff like that. So she played Red Dead 1, and she was like playing on the old 360, going through. She's just like, I think she put 30 hours into it, having a great time. And at one point, I think I was playing on the computer in the other room. All of a sudden I hear it's like, Jarnod. I come in, I'm like, what's going on? She's like, killed my horse accidentally, and she's like almost tears in her eyes. And apparently a mountain lion had come and attacked her while she's traveling, and when she pulled out her gun and like as it was like going across,
No.
she shot and it hit the horse in the head instead of the mountain lion and killed her horse.
Oh, no.
She also didn't know that you could get other horses too, so she was like a little like and then the next thing she said was and she's like, so I was like, it's okay, and she's like, I could skin it and make some money. I was like, you're a gamer now.
I also have a story involving Red Dead and my wife.
Oh,
So same kind of thing.
not
like
that we're married.
not well, you and I aren't married,
Yeah.
but
You could be.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
it was kind of the same thing. I was like, oh, like this is a fun game. Like she grew up with like horses and stuff. Like, oh, you can like ride around and like do all these things. And the very first thing she did was she went and shot a Mexican guy and stole his horse. Like the very first thing, like she had a horse. She had a horse, but she's like, no, that horse is cuter, and just like murdered
That
a
horse is
Mexican
cuter.
guy and like stole his horse. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've never seen this side of you before.
That's funny.
And you're like, violent video games do cause violence.
Got a major fear boner going right now.
Needless to say, I gave my gardener the day off the next day.
Wow. Well, interestingly, I have a wife story about this.
Yeah.
Not as good of a one, but it just whenever my wife and I were first dating,
Does she give you
was
a
whenever
fear
I
boner
first
too?
started playing this game. Oh yeah, constantly. Just it never goes away. But yeah, she used to watch me play this early in our relationship. It was one of the things we would do.
Anyone else have a wife story? Since basically our
I was
wives
gonna-
just played this game.
I was gonna- I was going to make a comment, something about Cowgirl, but figure out.
Yeah,
I couldn't really think of anything great.
Yeah, let's leave that one. So, yeah, when I jumped into Red Dead Online, like, definitely ran into a lot of issues with hackers. Like, it was only in the first like 2 or 3 play sessions though, and I wonder if part of it was like just being in a town as opposed to like being out in the open. Because as soon as it seems like we got away from the busy towns, I didn't run into hackers as much. Or
Yeah.
I don't even call them hackers; they're just script kiddies.
Rare.
It's a script kiddie
Meow.
is basically a term that like programmers use because they're not actually doing the work to uncover the vulnerabilities of the code base. They are just copying someone else's work and pasting it in.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. But ran into a couple hackers, and I'm going to go a little bit, because we talked about this over the course of the month. I want to go a little bit of like, we're nerdy on the client server architecture. Like, I don't know who I told about this and who, because people were wondering like, why does this happen so much on Red Dead? And it's like the way that they have set it up is because they made a single player game first, basically, and then added multiplayer on afterwards. In a single player game, you want the client, because there's no real server, you want the game client to be the authoritative state. So that means that the game client, because it doesn't matter if someone cheats in a single player game, when you have a multiplayer game, you want to make the server authoritative, so that people basically, you have a ping to the server and be like, is this allowed? But doing that after the project is done, after the game is done, is exceedingly difficult and time consuming. So it makes a lot of sense for why Red Dead has a lot of issues with hackers and stuff like that, because they didn't build the game from the beginning with multiplayer in mind.
I will say that their like friend system, or like their like,
Oh my gosh.
it's so bad.
Horrible.
It's awful. That's the worst part
horrible.
about it.
We have to
the
go to
funny
a web browser to like accept a friend request.
Yeah, it's garbage.
Stop sending me memes,
so
Angry.
bad.
I can't.
Get off.
I can't. They're
Oh,
so
God,
good.
It's begun.
So those were probably my biggest issues with the game, were like the social system that they had in place. And for a while, I was having issues whenever I tried to like alt tab out of the game. It would like switch from full screen to like windowed borderless,
I
but it was
remember
like just like really gnarly. And I ended up
Uh-huh.
fixing it by changing some settings. But it was really frustrating that every time I tried to like just like do something else on my second screen, it would like sometimes the game would have to restart. Like I would alt tab out, and then it would like force me to restart the game to like re-get my settings where I wanted them. So it's not.
That's
I was
dumb.
able to fix that by changing a couple settings, but it was a little frustrating to begin with. But those are probably my two biggest gripes about the game.
Anyone else have anything else about Red Dead?
No gripes. I loved it.
Yeah, honestly, no complaints here. Like, it was a fantastic game. Online was pretty screwed up, but single player is really one of those like top 5 or 10 games for me.
Yeah.
I will say even the multiplayer was fun too. I mean, like we did
Yeah.
a lot
Yeah,
of
I had a good
bounties
time
and all
once
sorts
we
of other
started
stuff.
Yeah,
shooting
but you
people.
could just keep killing people. Like you would go and just like take people, put them on, and then push them off a cliff.
Well, yeah, that's the fun. Kidnapping random players and throwing them on train tracks to get run over by a train is half the fun.
I liked the game. I named my dog after.
You named
sure
your dog
did.
Red Dead Redemption 2?
Yeah,
Yep,
dude.
I did.
It's really a
Here, RDR.
mouthful, but
What a
Murder
bad,
too.
what a
responds
badass
well
name.
to it.
Come on, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Who's a good boy?
Who's a good boy? Red Dead Redemption 2.
It was a good Red Dead Redemption 2.
Are you hungry, Red Dead Redemption 2?
Honey, have you fed Red Dead Redemption 2 today, or do I need to do it?
Oh, they're getting better.
I gotta go take Red Dead Redemption 2 for a walk.
Red Dead Redemption 2 loves swimming.
Damn it, Red Dead Redemption 2. Don't shit on the floor.
God damn it. Red
Why
Dead
is it
Redemption
always about poop? Every single thing you bring up.
It does remarkable frequency for one man.
We told the Shopback story
Like clockwork.
on this one, right? On the podcast?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think so.
All right.
You know what else is like clockwork?
Poop.
Poop.
The
Every
digestive
hour.
tract.
On the hour.
Can you imagine? Okay, hold on.
Hold on. Chat wants to know if Salty has a problem.
Well, I
Salty.
feel like Ninja, you
A
were onto
problem?
something with
I
the
don't
every hour
think
on
so.
the hour.
I'm
I was just gonna make up a would you rather have to poop
Ooh.
every hour or, but I couldn't think of something else in time. So
Or
I know what
die.
you're thinking.
It's like that thing we were talking about earlier. If you could make somebody else poop, you would poop at the same time.
you do it. That's for sure.
He probably does it with everybody else in the world.
He already.
I usually
he just
poop
sees
whenever I see
somebody else
anybody
pooping, and
anyways.
he's like, I can do that.
I could totally go for some of that.
I'll have what he's having.
That's funny.
And the same for me.
There was like a stop motion animated film called Flushed Away, which was based around
Flushed away.
based around a plot of these robbers that were going to rob everybody at the same time during the World Cup. It was in England, and it was during the World Cup, and at halftime, it was all like everyone was going to go to the bathroom and flush at the same time. And I don't know, like that had something to do with
Atomic
the whole...
flush. You never had that rumor that like if you flushed all the toilets in the school at the same time, then like
Yeah,
the
makes
school
like a
would
water
flood or
hammer.
something like that?
Yeah.
Then
I
what?
don't remember this rumor.
It was like if you flushed all the toilets at the same time, then it would cause like the pipes to burst because it'd be like too much pressure or
Yeah,
something
it's
like
like
that.
like a
y'all
water
try
hammer
it?
effect. Yeah.
Does it actually?
I need to know if that's actually
It
true.
can.
Well, the bottom says it like
can't.
it's a thing.
This was like the Marilyn Manson rumor. Like somehow everybody just knew it.
What's the Marilyn Manson rumor?
You
That
know,
he could suck.
he had his ribs removed so he could suck his own dick.
Yeah. But I actually, believe that or not, I know that because of you, not because of school.
No, but somehow like it was like
Wait, they don't
every,
teach that in
every school in America.
That's in his school.
Talked to you about it, knew about it.
American History 101.
Yeah. Like everyone knew about it before cell phones, before the internet.
That was the thing with like N64 and SNES cartridges too. Is like blowing on it.
Oh yeah,
Like,
how did
you-
we all know?
How
to
do
do
we
that?
know that?
I
Because
don't know.
it specifically says on it, "Do not blow into cartridge."
This is some type of like
Well,
species-wide
that's where it
awareness.
came from. They were like, yeah.
Yeah.
Someone was like, yeah, fuck that. I'm blowing on this. And
Yeah,
then it
they're like-
worked. And they were like, holy shit.
There's a Chad wants to know, is that not a fact? I don't know what they're talking about, so we'll just glide on. There is a study that I heard about like rats who like they have rats in England and rats in Australia, and the rats.
Yeah, this really messes me up.
This is weird. When they put them in the same like puzzle, and like they take like the maze to try and figure out how long they take to figure it out. But after one set of rats has figured out the puzzle, every rat in the entire world figures out that same puzzle twice as fast.
No.
Yes.
Whoa.
No.
Yep.
No.
It really fucks you up
Yes.
whenever you think about it.
It's the Rat King.
I don't like that.
I was talking to someone yesterday, and he said that like if he has a farm, and he said if there's like a break in his fence, like all the deer in the area like know to use that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like they all have like deer telepathy.
Oh dear.
Yeah. They probably put
Oh,
deer
dear.
deer
They're all
dicks in
putting
each
dicks
other's
in their
Brother.
Oh man.
Better or worse than my seal impression?
Oh, your seal was terrifying.
It what?
So when we were out on the lake, and I'm sitting on this raft, and then Ninja decides to act like a
that-
seal, and
Is that the
somehow
corporate retreat?
yes,
Oh, I don't remember this.
so he somehow launched himself out of the water, like with his arms at his side, and like just flopped like a whale, making seal noises, like. But
Yeah.
it was so realistic. It was terrifying. Like I felt
Realistic.
like it was
Sealistic.
I can just imagine like angry, like lying on it, like on an iceberg, like a seal, and like Ninja being a killer whale, and like coming up and like hitting one side of it, and angry going flying.
No, he was the seal. I was like a fish or something. Whatever seals eat.
Ray.
No, but it was so intense. And then you kept doing it the rest of the day. You'd be like in the car and you'd be like, oh, and I'm like, oh my God.
Because you freaked out so much about it. This is payback for when I was
Yeah.
when I was younger,
When you were a baby?
when I was a baby, and I couldn't yet.
Yeah, I was still
speak.
developing my seal noises.
Yeah, I was still developing my seal noises.
I've seen a lot of. We're gonna go back into gamer news at this point. I've been seeing a lot of like posts about like esports and profitability and stuff like that. I don't know how much y'all care about esports, but we are a gaming podcast, so we're going to talk about it a little bit.
I aspire to be in the EFL.
What's the EFL?
I don't know. East
Esport Football League.
EFL. EFL.
What does it stand for?
The what are we talking about? I'm losing it.
We're talking about esports.
Oh yes, E is for electronic.
Well,
What
well
does
done.
that have anything else for?
And then Fun League.
Electronic fun league.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, that one. Okay, that makes sense.
Saved
it. They had no idea.
What fools.
Oh man.
So one of the
Anyways,
the early examples of esports was actually like StarCraft was kind of the first one, and then League of Legends kind of like grew in popularity in 2011, 2012. Witherbottom, I don't know, did we ever watch any Worlds together? I
I
remember-
watched some Riot or League of Legends esports.
I remember staying up to like 2 or 3 in the mornings once because it was in Europe. The finals were. Anyway, apparently at that time, like esports was never profitable for Riot, which is, understandable. That's most people understand that that's it. But Valve's Dota 2 the international, which gives like a $10 million purse to the winner, completely profitable. I don't understand like how they are so on, but that brought up like an old TSM was like one of the early gaming corporations for League of Legends and for Team Solo Mid, and they have decided that they are no longer going to be League of Legends participating in League of Legends. So yeah, it's a sad day.
Damn.
Yeah. Also, a Riot.
Press
esports-
F to pay
F in the
respects
chat.
in chat.
Please. F in the chat.
Drop a F.
Yeah.
Pay respects.
So Valorant is Riot's new game, and they are trying to like create an esports. And apparently, a female Valorant pro Mel, which is a dumb name, was allegedly denied trials with tier 1 teams due to male players not wanting to play with women. All I can say is based.
Yeah, who wants to play with women anyway?
I don't think this one's trans, by the way.
Why do you think men invented video games?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
To get away from women.
The same reason we invented football and
That and smoking meats.
Yeah.
and meat smoking. We didn't need
Honestly-
flavorful food in the world.
Yeah. We got all
Honestly,
the
though-
nutrients we need with boiled meat. We created smoking.
What are you gonna say, Chief?
Honestly, though, like when you think about football,
Yeah.
it makes you wonder, like, who was someone, kind of like funny that made it? Because I want to know the guy that went to the meeting and said, "Hey, this ball that we're gonna like put into play. I want someone to spike it between their legs and hand it between the guy holding his crotch. You know what? That's a smart idea." And then to stop the guy, we're gonna dogpile him and just like grab him and throw him down on the ground.
It's like whoever invented wrestling. I'd really like to get sweaty in a unitard grabbing other men. But if there's a way I could get school credit for doing this, that'd be great.
Yeah, that was wild. Wasn't wrestling a wild addition to schools?
Wait, that was actually added as school credit?
Yeah, dude. Like every school has wrestling.
The UIL sport.
Nowadays, they probably like the
You know,
wrestling
just
is
Texas.
co-ed. Like they can't
I
let
don't know.
the male
Uni-
wrestlers not wrestle with the female.
What does this
wrestlers.
stand for? The
Universal. I don't know.
intelligence.
Intelligence. Life.
Wait, you're saying UIL?
Yeah.
Is that a Texas thing? Not that,
Not that we're in Texas.
I don't know where Texas is.
What is that?
Yeah,
What is
we're
Texas?
We're European, yeah.
All of a sudden, one of us is like, "Yeehaw!" You're like,
Oh,
"Oh,
shit.
shit!
Oh, I'm sorry. I slipped out.
Oh, sorry, I just let out a."
Howdy.
It's University Interscholastic League.
Intergalactic League?
Intergalactic
Intergalactic.
Scholastic.
University Intergalactic League.
I would join that in a
Scholastic.
heartbeat.
Man, you need to get the wax out of your ears.
I need to get the sacks out of my beard.
Speaking,
You need to get the sap out of your beard.
Speaking of sex and beards, did y'all see this?
Did you say sex and beards? Does she have a beard?
No, but her date does.
Who is this?
So Lauren Bobert.
That was the part
I
of the
don't know who
story
that
that stood
is.
out to you.
I don't know. I was
You
trying
see
to
the
find a
video-
good segue. I don't know how to make a good segue
You
from
see
where
him
we were.
you see him grabbing her boobs in a video, and you're like, "Hey, that guy has a beard."
Beard.
It was a good segue. So this is Lauren Boebert. She is a congresswoman from Colorado. I think she's recently divorced, and she went on a date, and in the date, she got felt up by her date. She went to like a Beetlejuice, I think was the musical play. She got felt up by a dude. She felt him up, and then they got kicked out, and blah blah blah. And the footage was leaked. The biggest,
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, I mean, like, really what everyone's upset about is that her date was a Democrat and it was all Republicans wanting to be groped and grope her. So that's really what this is all about.
Yeah, I saw this funny meme where it was like, uh, tickets for the seat next to Lauren Boebert at the State of the Union address are up to $160,000.
That's funny.
And I was like, where do I bid?
I like this one. The dude was just a purse carrier anyway. Just carrying that purse.
Was one dude, I don't know, it was like defending her. Like there's another like security video of them like walking like through like a mall or something, or like wherever they were going, I guess to their car. And he was like, I think that like Lauren Boebert was like drunk or something because she was stumbling. Like it was very like legitimate. Like she was stumbling around and the guy wasn't. And he was like, she was sexually assaulted. Yeah, I think I was like, oh man, you're going way to defend her now. So
Dumb. This one is also semi-political, but it was sent to me by Angry, so he's going to have to talk about it.
Oh god!
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Too political
what
for this,
in the
for this
I
show.
world
don't- why?
am I looking
It was
at?
like someone got fired.
I'm going to go get another
Political.
drink. Good luck, Angry.
What?
So this is a news story I saw where someone got fired because they had a diaper fetish and they worked at a Starbucks or something like that, and they filmed themselves like putting whipped cream in their diaper.
What the
Nice.
fuck?
That is,
Yeah.
I can't.
Yep.
No.
Think about that the next time you get a frappuccino.
I haven't been
right.
to Starbucks in 10 years, and this will make me never go back.
This is the straw.
This right
I
here.
always-
Oh
my
He put the ice down there.
I thought he
too.
just wanted the whipped cream. I didn't think he was making the actual drink in there.
I'm just waiting for him to pour the hot coffee down there.
Oh my god!
Never have a
what in-
frappuccino again.
I thought this was only like a 10-second video.
I didn't
Oh
even
my
watch the whole
God.
video. I just saw the news story and sent it to you because I was like, this is pretty funny.
Oh,
Guy's
that's-
shoving whipped cream down his pants.
Oh man. Okay.
Wow.
Well, to cleanse your eyes, here's the next thing that happened politically. Liberty Safe is a gun safe company, and they got reached out to by the FBI because the FBI was investigating a guy who showed up to a January 6th attendee, and the FBI showed up to this guy's house, like had a warrant. They went in and they called Liberty Safe at the FBI did and said, give us the back door to the gun safe, and Liberty Safe gave it to them.
Mhm.
No. Ridiculous.
Yeah. So if you have Liberty Safe, I highly recommend you don't use it anymore.
VGotM does not support Liberty Safe.
No, nor Bud Light unless it's cheap.
We do not endorse it.
It's like the easiest way to like completely destroy a company. It's like, hey, we're not going to keep your guns safe. Oh wait, I have a better way to destroy a company. Now we're going back into games.
And these transitions are just as good as like Star Wars Episode 3.
Unity. I was
Okay.
reading about that.
Yeah. All right.
That's
so let's talk about
ridiculous,
this.
man.
So Unity, for those of you who don't know, there are basically two main game engines that make up. It's like 80% of the games that come out on Steam and mobile. Unity is mostly on mobile. Unreal is the top one. That's what most of the AAA companies use, and Unity is the other one. Unity does a lot of mobile stuff, but some other ones. Hearthstone is made in Unity. Genshin Impact is made in Unity. So they ran into an issue, or they decided, for whatever reason, that they were going to
Corporate greed.
start charging developers per install of a game. Not per purchase, but per install. So if someone
Just nuts.
installs the game, uninstalls it, and then reinstalls it, it actually costs the developer money.
Bruh.
Right? Now, what happens if someone pirates the game? Like, so you have someone who doesn't even pay for the game, downloads, installs, downloads, installs, downloads, installs. They can literally force a company out of business if they were going to go with Unity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. I don't know who thought this up and was like, "Oh yeah, this is a good idea."
So the CEO of Unity, I'll give you, well, not one guess. He ran Electronic Arts from like 2000 to 2014, the worst of the Electronic Arts era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's pretty clear that he's just a complete, absolute douchebag, and no one should ever touch anything that he touches. Like,
Yeah, I haven't played a good EA game.
no, like
ever
everyone that's
since.
even the ones they acquired. So they like EA acquired Maxis and like killed it. Westwood Studios and killed it. BioWare and killed it. Like, well, they're basically doing what Microsoft is now.
Was EA what was that robot game that really flopped?
Atomic Heart?
And Anthem.
Yes.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Iron-
Yeah,
EA
BioWare's
do
EA.
Anthem?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, see that's why I don't
Such a
forgive
cool
them for that.
concept.
I was so pumped for that, and then
It
it
was
sucked.
so cool, but it was just a shitty game.
Yeah, like I was so pumped for that game.
I like
Mhm.
re-downloaded it recently to see if I could stomach it still, and it was really bad.
Nope, couldn't do it.
So this, like, with Unity, there was a point where like there's a threshold of like if you hit over $200,000 revenue and 200,000 installs, I think was what they were shooting. But there was a point in that someone did the math. It's like if you had like 1 million installs and only $200,000 revenue, you would get to the point where you would actually owe Unity $50,000. Like, a dev would basically be in the hole for $50,000 in order
Yeah,
to.
that's so dumb.
Is anyway, huge backlash. Basically, everybody was like, "I'm never using Unity again," which they should.
Yeah.
And EA or Unity was like, "Oh, well, we're going to give an open letter," and we're like, "Oh no, we're fine. We're going to."
Anything that where people are like an open letter to something, I automatically assume it's going to be douchey.
No. They want to start with this. I am sorry.
Oh,
my God.
Whoa. Okay.
Just like anything that says an open letter, it's like anybody that starts with as a blank.
I
I'm just
know.
like, all right, I don't fucking care anymore.
Or I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you feel this way. Like, that's
Even. Yeah.
Anyway, so it's basically they went back on a lot of things, but the problem is like, oh, I forgot the other thing. They retroactively changed the terms of service, and so like
that has to be illegal.
Yeah, there's a lot of discussion going on there, but they like changed it and also removed the ability to see previous versions of the terms of service because quote, no one was looking at it. I'm serious. That was the reason they gave.
You steal something, you're like, in my defense, I didn't think anybody was watching me.
I did not know there were cameras.
In my defense, I didn't think I'd get caught.
But they, oh man, yeah. So they changed the terms of service so that they could do this. They could also apply this retroactively. So normally, like when you get like a version of a game engine, like you agree to like the fee structure of the version that you were releasing on, and so you don't have to upgrade it. They were trying to retroactively change it so that it would actually affect games that had been released before they had introduced this fee structure. Anyway, so a lot of devs are leaving it, and Unity's like, well, why aren't you coming back?
Super greedy move.
Yeah. No doubt. All right. So.
And plus, it's like a huge privacy issue.
How many people you think just passing on the street you could convince if you just said like, hey, a new law just passed and you need to give me like $5?
If they were black, it would work.
Like
if
somehow
the person asking for money was black, it would work.
Just pure volume. You know, like I bet some people are stupid enough that if you came up with a semi-sounding reason, they'd be like, "Oh, okay, here you go.
No,
This is
yeah,
our
it's
pa-
like
yeah, probably.
This is our pyramid scheme."
yeah. But no, I'm saying like with this Unity thing, like
Called the
they would
$5
have
law.
to have like access to like your like program files to like where you keep your install to see like, and that's constantly being relayed to them.
Yep.
Like they have access to that. Like they would have to have like real-time access to your program files where you install stuff to say, oh, that is an active install. Okay, it's uninstalled. Oh, and then but then they came back and said, oh, it's just we're just going to charge them for the one install. So okay, well, how are you going to verify that I've installed it once?
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like
And they
it's
were
a
also
huge privacy
also,
thing.
They're also relying on the devs to like it's like the IRS where they're like, we're going to rely on you to tell us how much you owe, but we'll also know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we totally know. We totally know.
And if you don't tell us how much you exactly owe and give us the money, we'll put you in jail.
Yeah.
Fuck the IRS.
Oh, there was this funny
we can
video.
all agree, like, fuck the IRS.
Yeah, the
right?
IRS is horrible.
Right, Salty?
Salty?
Sleeping.
I think he's asleep.
What are your thoughts on the IRS?
Oh, fucking hate those guys.
There you go.
I
Okay,
thought-
thank you.
Yay. All right, he
Okay,
can be unbanned from the meme channel now.
Okay, yeah. Send anti-IRS memes. We'll get our Discord banned.
All right,
That's
I'll start looking.
So,
right.
Jarna, you said Unity was one of the two main
Yeah.
ones. I'm guessing the other one was Unreal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you even played tried anything with Lumberyard?
The
that?
lumberyard is do y'all know what a fork is? If I say that word, like a fork of
Yeah.
A what?
a fork.
Yeah, it's an eating utensil.
It's a split, a fork
Yes,
in the
thank
road.
you. Yeah. It's a fork of the Crysis engine that Amazon bought. It is okay in terms of like for developers. It has a good amount of cost associated with it to get up and running. But I mean, Crysis, it looks amazing in it. And I think that New World used Lumberyard. And
Tiger is another engine.
Source 2 is another engine that Valve uses for the new CSGO came out recently.
Tiger is what Destiny 2 uses.
I don't know if is that open? Like, I don't know if people can license that.
I know they use the Tiger engine.
I just don't know if Bungie like created
do they own it
themselves
or
or if they
Oh, if they created it themselves, I don't know.
yeah. So a lot of
I'd have to look it up.
like bigger companies and older companies use their own engines. So like Blizzard has their own engine for most of their stuff, like World of Warcraft. Overwatch uses their own engine. Oddly, Hearthstone uses Unity, but like most of them use their own engine. And like the older the studio is, the more likely they are to use their own engine.
Right.
But then if it's a newer studio or they're doing a newer style of thing, they use a different engine. So I think SWOTOR was done in Hero engine. I know like In Exile used like Unity for a lot of their projects, their CRPG projects.
Yeah, the Tiger engine is the name of the game engines for Destiny series. It was created by Bungie after they gained their independence from Microsoft and is an overhauled version of the Blam engine that was used for the Halo series.
Yeah. So that makes sense. And if you are going to start like building up a studio and stuff like that, it's probably a good idea to learn how to make your own engine.
Especially if you're a AAA company.
Yes. But it also
might as well make your own.
It also takes like 2 or 3 years to get it up and running sometimes. So.
Yep. And see, that's another thing too. Like, so they created. So if my math is correct, we're on year 10 of the Tiger engine for Destiny. Like they made it for like Destiny 1, and like you can definitely tell that like they need to overhaul the Tiger engine. Like it's, there's just a lot as the game has progressively gotten so large, like especially with Destiny 2. Like I have a feeling at some point, I mean, I know that like Destiny 1, they don't do support for it anymore. They don't do active updates or anything like that. But I wouldn't be surprised if in like a year or two, like they completely take Destiny 1 like off to like free
That'd
up
be
space
sad.
for their Tiger engine and do more stuff with it.
Yeah,
Because
it's generally like when you have a proprietary engine like that, they are made for the game that is being created. And so as you add things on, like decisions that you made at the beginning of the engine development, and if you're like, oh, we're going to
Gonna come back to haunt you.
yeah, and it's just the way things work.
Ooh.
Yeah.
because that's what they had to do. Like for real,
The
they
decisions you made.
because
You pushed a 1 instead of a 0 here.
because at one point, like I'm sure that y'all remember, or at least Angry and Ninja remembers, but they started having to like sunset stuff. Like they had to remove content from their game because it got too much for the engine. Like they said, like yeah, because they said like doing updates, like for a game that huge, it was just cause too many problems. It could cause more problems trying to be like, coordinated throughout the whole thing. So a lot of people are like, Bungie needs to either make a brand new engine, overhaul it, or just like move on to like Unreal or something. And
I wouldn't move on to,
but
yeah.
or just like move on to have someone else make it for them or something. And
Maybe like I don't want to spurg out too much on engines. Unreal is it works out pretty well, but it's just there's a lot of like weird overhead with it because they're trying to be everything for all people.
Yeah, that's true. You can do anything in Unreal.
Yeah,
it's Unreal.
It's almost like it's not real.
I can't believe it's not real.
That's what I was searching for. You read my mind.
Okay, so we're going to go into
this guy.
We're going to go into Starfield. No, yeah, we're going to go into Starfield now. I'm so
I
excited.
love this guy's videos, man. He was funny.
This guy is Heels versus Babyface. He's a great YouTuber. Highly recommend him, or as like people call him.
Yeah.
This is a great clip of Starfield. We'll talk about Starfield as a whole probably a little bit after this. It's also on our list of potential for next month. But,
oh, sorry, I'm doing the haunted voice, not my excited voice.
Okay, here we go. He's a pop culture commentator. Let's see. Let me know if y'all can't hear it.
Listen, I know I should have been more forthcoming about who I was.
Can't hear it?
I can't.
Well, I can't hear it in the Discord. Maybe I can hear it on.
I want to make sure y'all can hear it on the Discord. I don't understand why.
Did we lose our chat? Did they get bored?
They did.
Probably.
I have a feeling that was happy.
I know I am. Wasn't that what Angry said one month?
Can't hear that?
Wait, what did I say?
1 month you were like, I'm so bored.
Dangerous month. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. I don't know how to make it so that y'all can hear this. Well, I mean, chat can hear it.
I cannot.
Hit play again.
Listen, I know I should have been more
I can't hear it.
forthcoming about who I was earlier.
Okay, so she's saying, I know I should have been more forthcoming about who I am.
In the interest of
So he
full
says-
disclosure, there's one more thing you ought to know before we head up there.
She says one more thing.
My
He
relationship
says, you're a
with
dude.
the UC. It's more complicated than it
And
might
she says,
seem
no,
at
my
first
relation with
glance.
UC is more complicated.
The UC's actually the only reason I'm here in the first place.
Yeah.
I am a clone
There's a
of a
rising
man
music.
named
going
Francois
on.
Sanon, one-time fleet admiral of the UC during the Colony War, former head of the UC Navy.
He's former head of the UC Navy.
Listen,
I think she was actually a dude.
So I can actually explain if you want.
Sure.
Like spoiler. I mean, a little bit of
Yeah,
spoiler, but not.
on it.
Yeah, I think this is silly.
It
After
is
playing
silly,
all this. Like,
But it. So this character, she is a clone
Of
of
dude.
another character.
Yeah.
Who was originally a dude. Now, the way that she explains it, she was like, they just took his DNA and just like had to redo the genetics, like to make her. So it's not like she was a man and then transitioned to a woman. She was genetically taking his DNA and they just altered it to make her a woman. Like it was just, yeah, it was just kind of weird. Just
Added
how
an extra
it was.
chromosome?
Yeah, like I don't know what they did. Like
Just swap it out.
they wanted to make it's like the people who did this. They wanted to make a clone of the person. They just wanted it to be different, so it would have maybe a different outcome for what actually happened with this person
Yeah,
in the game.
because
Do we have a
and
discussion
I don't want to
about
spoil
would it
anything,
be
but they
gay to
didn't want
bang
to.
your own clone?
Oh, we haven't. That's a good question. Should we save
But no,
this
I
for
mean-
when we play Starfield?
I don't know, but like, I mean,
The clone
know,
thing
it's
or
like-
this?
it's
Well,
kind of not.
Is it gay?
so.
Well, I mean, that's like asking, is it gay to bang your identical twin?
Yeah, I mean, pretty
Yes.
much. Yeah,
What
I
if it's a
mean,
woman?
yes.
it's the same chromosome. Why is it different than you doing it yourself?
Wait, you said it was gay.
Is it more? Is it then just like masturbating?
It's like genetically not gay.
Anyways, but this like this little, so I can understand, like at first it's like, oh my gosh, like she's a trans person. That's what I initially thought too, like whenever I was playing through it. They just had to throw more woke stuff into it, but then because like you asked, like your character asked the question, it's like, how are you a clone of a man? It's like they just genetically altered my DNA before I was like, created. So like they created a woman clone from the same DNA, basically. So like that's just what they
They
did.
went with the the God method.
Yeah,
Yeah. So,
But- that was it.
yeah, we'll go on with like heels versus babyface. He also had another super viral.
Okay, this one was the funny one. This one was hilarious.
I don't understand why y'all can't hear it. Do y'all need to?
I don't know
like-
why we can't hear it either.
Here,
I'm
let's
just gonna pull it up on the.
Yeah, pull it up on the stream
YouTube.
or the YouTube, because I'm gonna do that too, because I want to listen to this again. It was so
Well, like-
freaking funny.
Do you need to press like there's usually a like unmute option maybe in the stream.
I did. Like I have
that
everything
still-
turned up
that
in
still
the
didn't work?
Discord stream.
All right. Yeah. So heels versus babyface. Like this is when he had to like choose pronouns. I think in the character creation.
Yeah.
Let me know when y'all are ready. We'll play it. Wish y'all could hear it.
Go ahead.
For it.
I just
I'm
want to say
ready.
something to you.
Yeah, I'm ready.
I just want to say a little something. There is nothing I love more. Taking my headphones off. Fuck that. Bethesda. There is nothing I love more than to sit down, comfy chair,
Oh, is this
turn on my
his rant
PC,
about the
fire up a brand new
pronouns?
RPG, lose myself. Think, oh my god, just think of this world. Just think of all the planets I can visit, all the immersive things that I can get involved with, all the fights, all the relationships, all the people I meet, all the places I go. I'm so excited to go there. And you know, I love nothing more than, with all of that laid out in front of me, I love nothing more than to be dragged out at every fucking conceivable opportunity so you can fucking
gets so
current
mad.
day us.
The fuck?
Sorry, did you want to get immersed in our world? Yeah, well, guess what? Fucking pronouns! Fucking gender ambiguity! Fucking current day Californian shit! Because that's all we fucking know! Because we're boring! We're so fucking boring!
Think he's actually mad, or is
Yes,
he just
I
doing
think,
this for
I think he's
clicks?
actually mad.
No, he's
gotta
actually
have,
like,
We can't
he's gotta have, like,
see past our
schizophrenia or
own
something,
fucking
like-
reflection! That's the level of our narcissism here at Bethesda Western Game Company! Fuck your immersion!
He's on
Fuck you having
TRT,
a
so it's
good time.
understandable.
Fuck you falling into a world and just getting lost. No, no, no! Current fucking day!
See, I don't understand being upset about this,
Fuck
honestly.
off! You're boring! You're fucking dull! You have nothing to say! You are a one-hived mind twat waffle! That's all you fucking are!
quad waffle.
And you wonder why people
My new
get so
favorite
fucking
insult.
sick and tired. You take everything we love, all our immersions, all our fantasies, all our escapism, and you just can't help shovel your dog shit, fucking crap ideology into everything, every single solitary fucking thing.
I don't remember him going on this long before.
Yeah, this has got to be like a longer version of it.
We got 10 more seconds.
God.
that he gets back into the game.
So anyways, the game's pretty good.
Salty, you were saying you don't understand like the big deal.
No, I really don't, because you don't even have to do an extra step to pick a fucking pronoun. You can go out of your way to do it, but it's not something that you have to do. Like, I don't understand the issue.
So,
the issue is I'm just tired of having woke crap thrown in my face all the time.
This was funny.
Honestly,
this was a Reddit post put on about the pronouns, and it was the pronouns basically don't do anything. I picked they them with a feminine frame and a masculine walk. Played for about 25 hours, and multiple times characters have referred to me using girl, woman, she. Just disappointing. Oh, and my character's name, Chase, has never been said by Vasco. I'm disappointed. Basically, who the
Shouldn't
fuck
it be
cares?
we are disappointed if they were
I don't
they,
think
them?
Chase is a...
I'm just saying. It seems like they should be consistent.
It's true. I never thought about that.
We are disappointed.
The royal we are disappointed.
Yeah.
I don't know. What I'm saying is, I don't think it's that big of a deal, because all it is like one button you press on
Yeah, but
the
do you
character
think that,
on the character name screen. You have to go out of your way to hit the button to change it.
do you think
It's
that,
not something that is forced on you.
do you think that the pronouns in general as a whole is a problem? Or do you say like who the fuck cares about that too?
What do you mean?
Like people saying, "Oh, I want to be known as they them." Like refer to me
I
as
don't
they
give
them.
I don't give a fuck. It's a single player game. Like,
No.
they can do
I'm
whatever they
saying
want.
I'm saying in real life, if someone came up to you and said, "I want to be referred
Oh.
to as they them," would you refer to them as they them, or would you be like this is just dumb? Like, do you think that the current pronoun situation is dumb, or do you be like, who the fuck cares?
Is this a person I'm gonna have to interact with regularly?
I'm just saying, like, do you think that the whole thing like is dumb, or do you think that do you think that people are losing their minds over a pronoun thing that's just idiotic of them and we shouldn't care? Or do you think
if I have to
is
deal with them
important?
regularly, I'm not gonna be an ass. Like, I might as well. But if it's somebody I'm only gonna see once, then I don't give a shit.
That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking as like the societal whole. Like,
Right.
do you think that this is a problem that people can that people choose their pronouns, or do you think it's not a big deal?
Fucking
Okay.
See, for me, it is a problem, because that video that Angry shared with the dude putting the whipped cream in his pants with the diaper and stuff, like that person.
That's a they them.
No. That person thinks that he is doing absolutely nothing wrong, and that everything that I should affirm that he has the right to do that with the whipped cream that he's going to be serving to other people
What cleans it
his
afterwards?
place.
So
No,
I will say, like,
no.
he's fucked up for doing it in a restaurant. He's not wrong for doing what he wants. Just don't do it in a fucking restaurant like that.
Yeah, the problem there is
well, any post
I
it to
don't really care
Instagram.
if people, yeah, the problem
the
is
Instagram thing is a little
it's not
iffy.
like I don't care if people want to put whipped cream in a diaper on them. I mean, it's weird, but like, you do you.
Yeah, exactly.
But if he walks up to you and says, "Hey, I wear a diaper right now. I'm wearing whipped cream on my pants. I need you to tell me that I'm okay and that you are perfectly okay with me doing that."
I'd be like,
If you say
okay,
no,
man.
you're a bigot.
I'm gonna say
Go
yeah,
ahead,
do whatever
put as much whipped
do
cream
whatever
in
you
there as
want,
you
bro.
want.
I mean,
All
like,
right,
I
we're
don't
gonna
care.
get back to
Yeah.
Starfield real quick.
Yeah.
Great game.
Like,
I
it
loved
sounds pretty comfy, honestly, if I think about it.
It
So
sounds pretty comfy.
this was just a clip I saw online. It's like, I hope Bethesda continues making the type of games that they make, and this is perfect Bethesda jank. Goes up and talks to this guy.
You
don't
saved my life.
There's a random
Thank
guy,
you so much.
like mob in the background.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know,
It's
to be
coming.
honest.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Yeah.
Love it.
I love Bethesda sometimes. That's so good.
Shit, I think I got one that was pretty funny.
So I don't know if you'll sell this, but apparently, what was it? I don't remember when this was posted.
I
but it
sent
was,
that.
Yeah, when was that? Like a week or two after?
It was a week after it came out.
Yeah, so 6 million players. So, which is impressive. I'm not going to say that's not. But there is a weirdness.
It's misleading.
Yeah, because you
because
Game
it's not
Pass thing.
it's not 6 million downloads. It's 6 million players. So, I mean, say you have. I mean, even if half of those numbers were actual downloads and half of them were Game Pass players, even with 3 million downloads, that's still a big, that's still a huge accomplishment. But yeah, 6 million players. It's a little bit deceiving, but still. But here's the other thing too, though.
You're just saying you can't count Game Pass people as like
no
players?
No. I'm not saying I can't count them as players. It's just one of those things where
Can't necessarily. Yeah.
Because Game Pass costs say $15 a month. I don't know. I think they bumped it up right at right before they took away the $1 week thing right before Starfield came out. But Game Pass comes out, you pay $15, you can basically play all the games on Game Pass, right?
Right.
For $15. So each one of those players counts towards one of these 6 million. It doesn't mean it doesn't count, but it also doesn't account as the same as a person who paid $60 for the game for the company.
Right.
What I'm saying.
They didn't say revenue in the. They didn't say revenue in the post. It just says 6 million players.
No, but
they're just talking about how many people are playing the game.
Right, but it's a misleading.
Right.
But I think it's a misleading thing to say because you're when you have a Starfield single player game that costs $60 to $70, people are going to be like, oh my gosh, it sold 6 million copies in the first week, which is not true. But
they didn't say that.
They did not say that.
Right.
Right.
But that's the implication of it.
That's the
because
implication.
people don't think about Game Pass.
That's all of marketing.
No.
It's entirely bullshit marketing. No,
and you're like,
no.
pay me and download.
Yeah.
This is sitting there with a mobile game being like, this is a free-to-play game.
They're
We
telling
have
you
30,
how many
40,
people are
50
playing
million
the game.
players playing the game. It's like, yes, that's true. It's like, but that doesn't equate to revenue.
Right. Exactly.
So it's not
They're not talking about revenue. They're talking about how many people are playing it at launch.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Is this a remarkable milestone? Maybe, maybe not. There are more people playing other games that are RPGs than this one. So 6 million players for $15 a month is not necessarily that much, but people are equating the copies sold at $60 pop, being like, oh my gosh, it sold 6 million copies. Because that is how it has always worked with Bethesda before Game Pass existed.
6 million people more than Fallout or Elder Scrolls?
Yes.
Then it's a big milestone for them because it's.
I'm not saying it isn't a big milestone. It's just not the same.
Right.
It's like, would you rather have 1 million people playing your game at $15 or Skyrim, 1 million people buying your game at $60 a pop and playing it, or would you rather have 6 million people playing your game at 30 cents a pop? I'm not saying there's a complete difference in how this works, and people are promoting this thing going on where they don't have to, people aren't paying for the game in the same way that they used to be.
In the same way.
I'm all for it. I think
I think this is a good thing for them, but it's also, I think it's a disingenuous.
So initially, whenever I read this, my brain, when I first read that, because I sent it out and I was, when I was reading it, initially, when you think 6 million players, you're thinking 6 million purchases. That's initially what goes through your head. Is oh, wow, 6 million people purchased the game. That's because that's how it initially is. That's how it was back in the day. Halo 1. It wasn't Game Pass. If 6 million people wanted to play it, they had to go out and buy it, right? So, but yeah.
Why did they write it like it's?
But when I reread it, I was like, 6 million players. Okay. You could have only 100,000 people that bought the game from Steam.
Would you be happier if it said 6 million downloads?
No, I'm not saying I'd be happy either way. I'm just saying, how are you trying to share the accomplishment? If you're just saying 6 million people, 6 million players, then that's 6 million players.
If
If you're trying to boast money wise,
I'm going to read
it needs
this.
to be a different. It needs to be a different number.
If they had wanted to get more players than 6 million, they could have given it away for free, and then they would have sit there and been like, "Oh my gosh, we have 100 million players," but it doesn't equate, and the studio shudders like this, like 6 million for a free to play game, like from a big studio, is not that big a deal. Like it's not nothing, but it's also not that big a deal if they're not paying for the full price of the game. That's my point. Like, this is 6 million because I know that it's on Game Pass, and I don't know how many. I think the numbers I saw recently, a month in, is 2 million on Steam, like roughly 2 million on Steam purchases, which is phenomenal accomplishment. But there's a difference between a free-to-play game saying we have 100 million players or 100 million downloads or 100 million whatever, and a fully priced game saying we have 1 million downloads and 1 million players. Like, that is a bigger accomplishment for the fully priced game than it is for the free-to-play game.
Oh, for sure.
100%.
Yeah.
I just think it says players.
Yeah, same.
It does say players, but it's disingenuous.
In your
On
opinion.
on what you're
In
trying
my
to.
opinion.
No,
Yes,
on
your
what-
They're
So what they
equating
would
these
have to
established
write-
franchises like Fallout and the Elder Scrolls to a full-priced fucking game.
So
Yeah.
what they should say
They're giving
at
it away for
more than-
$15 a pop,
at more than
brand
you are
6
new.
million
projecting
players.
your
I'm not
Some of which did
projecting.
not
They
pay
say it
full
right
price.
fucking there.
this post about player count.
Established
you're-
franchise. It's more. It's not the least because it's
Yes.
the home to established franchise like Fallout and the Elder Scrolls, where they
Right.
haven't sold this many before. Oh my! It's because they're selling it for less.
for $15.
Yeah, that's the difference. So you're comparing. They put the game. You're comparing a game that was invented and sold and marketed before Game Pass even existed in the old ways, right?
Yeah.
But now you have a way to get it out to so many more people for a lot less money that you can up your numbers of players. But are you actually making the revenue to back those players?
Are they lying about their players? No, but
No.
are they being accurate about like copies and stuff like that? No, like there's a complete
Well,
difference.
I don't
and
think
you
it's
can't
fair
equate,
for us to assume. You know, I mean,
I
they very well
guarantee
may
you
be.
they have not sold 6 million
What else
copies.
like to
No, they
point
have
out,
not sold
Xbox
6
did
million.
not
Not at
make
all.
this
Yeah.
post. This was IGN.
I'm not disagreeing with that part.
No, I know.
No,
I know
IGN
IGN,
got,
but they're
IGN
just
got their numbers from Xbox, guaranteed.
Yeah.
I know, but they did not. Xbox didn't write this out. This was IGN writing this out. It's not like it's Xbox trying to inflate and misrepresent their game.
What if they paid them to say it?
Oh,
That does happen. But
Conspiracy.
no,
Yeah.
I doubt that was it.
No, I'm just saying, like, yes, it's misleading on what they're trying to promote. Because how much money did Microsoft spend to get Bethesda?
Actually, I don't remember.
I mean, it was more than $1 billion.
it's a lot.
It was a lot.
It,
Between 10
because
and 20,
they-
I think.
because Microsoft got it wasn't Bethesda wasn't part of the Activision one, was it? That was separate. Were they
That was
separate? Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, Microsoft got Bethesda. I mean, you're spending $20 billion, let's say $20 billion to get Bethesda. I mean, Microsoft wants 6 million people buying their game, but that's not necessarily.
Well, they
Yeah.
want people buying the Game Pass. They really want. I think they're going all in on
They
that
are.
subscription
I,
model.
Yes, they are.
definitely agree with that.
They don't care if you buy the game. They want you to buy the Game Pass.
Which
I don't-
screws over developers in the end.
Yes.
It makes it to where Microsoft would be like, "Hey, we'll flat out buy your company, and like just so we can put your stuff on Game Pass." Like that's just what they'll wind up doing. It'll be a monopoly at some point.
That's what they're trying to be,
Yeah.
according to the
Kind
leaks.
of. They almost are. I mean,
Well, they already said that Elder Scrolls 6 isn't going to
It's
going
not
to
gonna be.
PlayStation
yeah.
at least for a year after it releases.
I think a lot of people
Wow.
forget just how fucking big Microsoft is, like
Well,
compared to PlayStation or Nintendo.
so you look at the numbers, and it's actually Nintendo and PlayStation out-earn, in terms of games, out-earn Microsoft and Xbox
No,
division significantly.
I mean how much they're worth,
No,
how
no,
much
no.
money they have at their disposal.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is like
Yeah.
Nintendo and Sony are both head and shoulders above Microsoft. Even Apple and Google are ahead of Microsoft in terms of game revenue.
Apple and Google make sense, but I'm not talking about game revenue. I'm talking about like how much the company
Like market cap.
worth. Yeah.
Well, how do you differentiate Xbox from Microsoft as a market cap? Because
I don't. I just lump them in together.
We can't lump them in together because Microsoft's market cap includes 90% of the PCs
Office
across the
and
United
PCs
States.
Yeah.
And the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you can't count that the same way.
They're not just doing gaming, and they have way more resources than just PlayStation or Nintendo.
You can't.
But
sit
if
there
you're
and
just- but
equate Xbox and PlayStation, if you're going to sit there and say Microsoft, you can't equate Microsoft and PlayStation because PlayStation is owned by Sony.
Yeah, you'd have to equate
Just
Microsoft
saying,
and Sony
people
at
forget
that point.
just how large Microsoft is when they think about the Xbox. Like,
Yes, but but you're not equating apples and apples. You're equating an apple and an orange.
Oh, he's equating like an apple and like a really big apple.
yes.
So when Todd Howard was
Like
asked,
it's got more apple to throw at stuff.
Oranges and cuties.
Would it work better if we did the scenario in poop?
Yeah, do you need me to lay it out?
It's
in
like
poop for
one
you?
small poop and like one really big poop.
so when Todd Howard, he's the guy who runs Bethesda, was asked why Bethesda didn't optimize Starfield. He says, "You may just need to upgrade your PC."
That's so based.
Oh,
That's
I'm not even mad
unbelievably
about
based.
that.
I thought that
I'm not
was
even mad
awesome.
about that.
I'll tell you this: I did have to make a change on my PC to play this game.
Yeah.
Because initially I installed it on my hard drive, just like my regular hard drive.
So I did the exact same.
And lag was terrible, like voicing and stuff. Like I was streaming it, and Jarnod was watching. Was like, "What on earth is happening?" I said,
Oh,
"I don't know.
terrible.
It's just like the voice is off. It's like all this weird stuff is off." And then I read, I was like, I read the fine print at the bottom. It said must be installed on an SSD. I was like, okay. And so then I had to install a second SSD on my car. I mean, I had an old SSD just laying around. I just put it in my computer, and that one just has Starfield on it. And once I put it on there,
How big is the game?
game ran perfectly. 100 plus gigs, like 120,
I think. Yeah.
I think.
wild.
You see, property.
All right. Since
I had to
It's
install it twice too.
116 gigabytes.
It's because I saw a post about someone running Starfield at like 120 FPS with like DLSS mods and HDR mods and stuff. And I was like, man, this really sucks because like, why would this brand new giant like budget game not have like HDR built in?
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, well, I'll go mod it and play it that way. And so I went and like I just followed instructions. I downloaded all the mods. It took like an hour or hour and a half or something like that to sort through all this stuff. And so finally got everything going. And first of all, I realized that frame generation is a 40 series graphics card like thing. And I have a 30 series. And so then I had to go delete that mod with DLSS with frame generation and just go regular DLSS mod. And so after like 2 hours, I finally fired it up and I was like, yes, this is going to look awesome. And then they had just released like a hot fix or something. And then I read that the DLSS mod caused the game to crash. And so I couldn't run the game at all. As soon as I started it, it crashed. And I was so like, effed up with all the different mods I had downloaded. I just had to delete everything and reinstall the game. It was like 100 gigabytes.
Oh man.
So you're saying I can't play this on a calculator like Skyrim?
And you could play Skyrim on a calculator.
I swore I've seen that before.
Can you play calculator in
I've seen
Skyrim?
Doom on a calculator.
I had Mario
Or-
on my graphing calculator in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I had that on there too. But anyways,
So, speaking of Microsoft, I don't know if y'all saw the leak that happened. So, you know, the whole Microsoft is acquiring Activision Blizzard, sorry. And during that, they forgot to redact a large portion of their internal emails when they filed their court documents, which are public documents.
Good.
Things were discovered, like there's going to be a Red Dead Redemption 2 on the next generation. We're going to have an Oblivion remaster.
What does that mean?
What you mean? Which one?
Red Dead
Remaster
for
Red Dead
next
for
gen.
So there's going
for
to be a
the
new
Xbox
console.
and shit.
Yeah. So Red Dead Redemption 2 came out in 2018, which means it was made for the previous generation. PS5 didn't come out until 2021, 22.
21.
Okay.
And so it's going to be upgraded to the next one.
Gotcha.
Fallout 3 is going to be remastered. Indiana Jones, a new Xbox controller.
Xbox 360 controller is the best.
This
That
looks
controller
looks more
Ooh.
similar to a 360 controller, honestly.
Yeah, it looks.
I'm gonna need to get a new
horrible.
controller.
This one looks very similar to the
I hope they don't
Xbox One controller.
Oh, okay. What else? Oh, there's an Xbox Series X refresh, where it's going to be only digital downloads, no physical copies.
Oh, it's a circle.
Interesting.
Xbox
Wow,
is a
future.
circle. There's a
A
title release
circle.
schedule. So in here we go. Apparently 2024.
Elder Scrolls 6.
Except,
Interesting.
oh no.
Yeah, it's only going to be on game. It's only going to
But
be on.
Bethesda has confirmed that its highly anticipated role-playing game, The Elder Scrolls 6, which was originally announced in 2018. Oh, hey, that's right before Bethesda got acquired by Microsoft, has entered early development.
Yeah.
Early development means they haven't really started yet.
It's early in the development.
Yeah.
So
They're
it's
thinking about it.
about
They're
6
like,
years away at
we're
this point.
developing. It's early though.
So basically,
we haven't had our coffee yet.
they use this to negotiate with Microsoft a higher pay because they're like, oh yeah, Elder Scrolls
course.
6 is gonna come out.
It's on its way.
Yeah.
It's been on its way. We've been thinking about it a lot recently.
Yeah.
Dishonored 3 is supposed to come out in 2024.
Nice.
I like the Dishonored games. I
did
need to
like
play 2.
Dishonored. I didn't like 2 as much.
Wait, does
Okay.
that say 2024 for Elder Scrolls 6?
Yeah, but that's not gonna happen.
Oh,
No, it's going to be at least probably
I was thinking
25 or
20.
26.
I was thinking 26.
I mean, you have
That's
right
what I
here
was
fiscal
thinking.
year 21 is Starfield, and we're 2 years after that. So
Oh, okay. So probably 26 then.
yeah. Let's see, and then there's a lot of
Nice.
Oh, he also talked about like Phil Spencer wanted to acquire Nintendo and Valve, and he
Did they
also
do it?
no, they were just
Oh.
talking about it. And then I mean, I doubt Nintendo would ever be considered to be acquired by like Xbox.
I don't know.
No.
That would be pretty cool. I wouldn't mind having Nintendo games on my computer.
right.
That would be
Can
fun.
you imagine?
You can emulate.
That would be really cool. Yeah,
Could
but I
finally
want
play
the
Breath
I
of the
want the
Wild.
new I want the new Luigi's Haunted Mansion on my PC.
There's a new Luigi's Haunted Mansion. You know,
just
I had
lost
nightmares
Ocarina of
about that
Time.
game.
Really?
Did you really?
I had a
Angry,
recurring
angry.
nightmare about that game. Yeah,
This-
as a kid.
Yeah. So
Not to date myself, but
Yeah.
Oh,
you know.
Smash Bros?
this is what Ninja's
You were
this is what
25
Ninja's so
whenever you had
scared
that.
of. So when y'all are on your acid trip, he brings up spiders. You bring up Luigi's Mansion.
Oh
Yes.
shit!
Oh, no.
Shit! I gave it away. I should have held
Oh
my
my
tongue.
god.
You get me high and drunk, and it's immediately.
Here's my worst fears.
I'm not drunk.
Luigi's Mansion.
The other thing he said that if Xbox Game Pass does not like, there's a certain threshold. I don't remember what it was, but like if it doesn't hit the numbers that they need in 2027, Xbox as a whole may fold.
What?
Mm-hmm.
So
They're throwing. It
hold
doesn't make any
strong.
sense that they're
Hold strong,
spending
everyone.
all this money. I mean, what they spent? I don't even know
I
how
mean,
much
I
money to
think
get
they're onto
Activision
something. I
Blizzard.
mean, because think about like Spotify versus iTunes. Like for a while, you were like, I really want to own the music that I have. At a certain point, like music started getting produced at a pace where you could just, it was like more cost efficient to pay a monthly fee and just do whatever you wanted because you could just, like the speed of music downloads was instantaneous. You could just add or subtract stuff and listen to it all the time. Like if the speed of internet, like what is it? What is the
5G?
like computer science? No, the like computer science law where like the processing power doubles every
Moore's law,
so
I
years.
think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like if you follow that type of
Although
thing,
they
like
keep
with the
saying we're
internet,
reaching the limit.
but like with internet, you know, where like the speed gets faster and you're banking on that in the future, that like you're going to create this backdrop so that whenever the internet speed gets fast enough, like, and all of a sudden it is cost effective to just pay $10 a month or something like that to download as many games as you want, then they're already going to have the infrastructure set up whenever somebody else tries to beat the Spotify.
That's
It's
true.
true.
Like, I mean, it's pretty forward thinking. I mean,
The-
it's a little bit of a bet, but
the
I
issue- the issue-
absolutely think we'll be on that subscription model.
For a consumer, like there are good things about having like the Spotify kind of model. Like I understand, like I see good things for consumer. According to like devs that I've read, like studios that I've read who have put their games on Game Pass, it basically kills any sales for the next year. Like they
That's
don't
weird, huh?
and so like Spotify, I think they give like 0.01 cents or something like that. Like it's a tiny fraction per play. And so only the super popular songs actually get paid out. Everything else is very, very, very little. And so like people who think that they're going to be like, oh, my game's going to be on Game Pass and I'm going to get all these, like, but they don't get very much money. Like they don't get the revenue that they need to sustain. And so it's like,
and look at the quality of music since Spotify's come out. It's gone down.
Yeah.
It's just removing the economic incentive to produce quality product. Damn it, Bitcoin fixes this.
Bitcoin
I don't-
fixes this.
I don't think it's gone down. I think it's just changing.
You're a zoomer. It's gone down.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You
Never mind.
zoomer.
All right,
Never
how
mind,
do we
fuck me,
ban
I guess.
Salty from this channel too?
I'll kick him.
From participant corner. Wow.
So
He's in chat now.
He just starts shitting
So-
all over us in chat.
So I'll agree with your premise about at some point there'll be a time when like downloading a game is no big deal. But here's the thing: when you're comparing it to Spotify with like music is released, like artists release music sometimes maybe 2 albums, 3 albums a year, right?
Yeah, the speed of game release will speed up too, I think.
Well, and
But-
that's why Xbox is hiring or buying so many, because they want to have that rhythm.
Well, I mean, you think like with AI, I mean, you get to the point where you can say, okay, code a game that, you know, is this premise or whatever. I mean, the speed of production has got to go way up.
Quality goes
also-
down, but yes, speed
Right.
goes up.
I mean, it's literally just inflation happening in video games. It's just quantity over quality. It's the same thing that we've seen with like TV shows. And all of a sudden they can pump out 1 million different new series and all of them suck.
Bitcoin fixes this though.
Yeah, Bitcoin fixes this.
Bitcoin. Huh.
Take the orange pill.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, say, you know, like Microsoft acquires Bethesda, you know, they want, you know, Bethesda to release a AAA game every year. Bethesda can't do that. Like it's impossible for them to release those types of games at this type of caliber. And they're eventually just going to be, the studio goes
They can't
away.
do it. They can't do it right now.
And I don't think in 10 years they'd be able to do that either. Like there's
There's a point, like there's a point where you could. So if a single player game takes like 5 years to make, and you spin up 5 teams, like 100 people making a game for 5 years, you spin up 5 teams, and like you can sit there and like cycle it. And so every
like the
year
Call
a
of
new
Duty
studio,
model.
because Bethesda contains id, so Doom. They contain Arcane, so Dishonored. They contain Elder Scrolls Online. They contain Bethesda Game Studios, which is Fallout and Elder Scrolls, and now Starfield.
Right.
So there are 5 teams right there that can do that. I mean, Bethesda,
Somebody can release.
But out of
a game
those
every
5
year.
I
teams,
think there's like a 3,000 person company at this point.
but out of those 5 teams, only 3 of them are games that I'd want to like. Only 3 of them are ones that I'd care about.
That's part of the
Like
problem.
this-
Is like we are like as
The
people
consumer-
who like games, we are getting
Yes.
screwed.
We're getting screwed about it because Dishonored. I played
love
the
Dishonored.
games. I was like, I did not like it at all. Like it just didn't go what I want. And then you said the other whatever other company,
Doom
Like-
and Quake.
yeah, like those remasters were god awful. And so
What?
I hated the new
Did
You
Doom.
hated
Yeah.
Wolfenstein and
Bad.
Doom Eternal?
I hated the new Doom.
Oh
Absolutely
my
hated it.
What?
That's crazy.
Yes, I hated it.
No,
And
they are amazing.
no.
No, they are good.
Now we must fight.
So quantity is going to outdo quality. Look at what
Man, somebody else said that recently.
yeah, I know you did.
but
I'm saying
A wise man
saying-
once
a
said.
wise man.
But what I'm saying is that us, like, we want the quality out of the game. Like, I don't mind that Tears of the Kingdom took 8 years to come out, or 7 years after Breath of the Wild, because Tears of the Kingdom was unequivocally the best Zelda game I've ever played since Ocarina of Time. And that's saying something
I really wanna play
out
Ocarina
of me.
Time.
So
And-
this is why we pray and make sure that
Let's vote for it.
Xbox never ever buys Nintendo.
They won't.
But no, I
there's
want Super
absolutely
Smash
no
Bros.
way
on
that
PC.
Nintendo would be so stupid to do that. Like they would
They would
lose. Yeah.
I can only imagine the number that would get put on that deal.
Yeah. Game Pass. Oh my gosh, Super Smash Bros. hits 30 million players.
No, that'd be
Oh my God,
amazing.
trying
I
to
would
bring it
love it if I would love if Super Smash was on Game Pass.
And see, here's another thing too. Nintendo doesn't like you can buy like a Game Pass version with them, basically like online subscription stuff. And I have a virtual console of the N64 and a virtual console of the SNES and Sega and all these other things. And like that's the best $50 I spend a year because
Yeah, but I want to play their new games though. I don't want to play the old ones.
well, you have to buy, like, you don't have to subscribe to that. Like, why would, that's another thing too. Like whenever Game Pass came out the first time, like I was subscribed to it. I was like, oh, this is cool. After 3 months, I was like, you know what? I don't actually play games on this. And I'm just like paying Microsoft for nothing. And so then like when you think about it, like take Starfield, for example. Like if that's the only game I'm going to be playing on Game Pass, after a year, I've spent, like, I don't know, 120, 150 bucks for the whole game.
180.
180
Wow, even more.
for
Wow.
if that's the
Approximately
only game that
30
I
more
want on
The
Game
original
Pass,
estimate.
then yeah.
Just for everybody to keep track.
Anyways.
How do you do high math on a podcast, but you can't do a fucking tip when we're trying to a restaurant?
I cannot tip.
Well,
You
so
stared at that
20%
piece of
tips.
paper for
I'm so worried that I'm gonna
The
leave them
tongue
like
comes
nothing.
out like it's like Michael Jordan.
I'm so worried that I'm gonna leave like a really bad tip by accident, but I'm gonna like think it's good. And I'm
I'd be
like,
more
oh my
worried
God,
that you put the decimal in the wrong
it's
spot.
like $100 for dinner or something, and I'm like, all right, so the tip is like
$5?
$3.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Anyways.
All right. So we have next month's game to vote on.
Somewhere on this screen is next
Somewhere on
month's
this
game.
screen is what we're going to
boy.
be playing.
God, this is such
Wow.
a shitty selection this month.
It's
You
except
know
for
because-
how many
that.
it's
times
because-
I've cracked up thinking about us like having to watch the trailers for every game.
I'm not going to watch the trailers for
I've
No.
been,
All right,
I
no,
have
pull 'em
laughed about that many times. since that
Pull them
podcast.
up. Get the
But like
trailers pulled up.
so Happy Hawaiian refuses to let us have more than one option, and then he doesn't show up for the podcast.
That's true. What a bitch.
Did he even make a suggestion?
Mm.
No,
I don't think he did.
We know
No.
what it would be. It would be
He's just like,
Total
let me
War.
change the
Just
rules,
random
man.
Yeah.
Total
Fuck
War
off.
game.
Yeah.
Either that
Well, I
or
thought
Payday
he-
3. He's been playing that too.
Oh,
No, he did make a
shit.
suggestion.
Put it on there. Just put it
Hey,
on there.
Ninja. Payday
What?
3 or do you want to do Payday 2? Because I've
Yeah,
heard
just put it
3
on
is
there.
not very good.
I don't know, whichever one, but doesn't matter.
Payday?
Okay.
I mean, Payday 3 is basically Payday 2. Just I don't know. They didn't
Better.
really
Just
do
more
much better.
expensive.
Yeah. All right. So I think Witherbottom suggested Baldur's Gate 3.
I did. It's one of the newer games that came. I think it came out last month. Is that right?
Yep.
Set in the D&D universe by Larian Studios, who has a lot of history with doing kind of these like
Divinity
RPG
Original
games.
Sin and Divinity Original Sin 2. Yeah.
Yep. So they kind of had that whole back work to build this game off of. So it's single player or co-op, 4-player co-op. You can do it all with a team, or you can do it solo with like NPC players. Lots of combat, but also like relationship building stuff if you want to do the single player route. So sound kind of interesting.
I have heard from friends that it's not like true multiplayer. Basically, if you're going to set it up in a multiplayer setting, one person controls the save file and everyone else connects to them.
Yeah.
I had like, yeah. I think that's probably the best way to describe it. Chief, I think you suggested Starfield.
I did. It is an excellent story game, single player. It is not a space simulator, as people like to compare it to games like No Man's Sky, Elite Dangerous, other things like that. It is a world simulator, as I've said before. You are exploring worlds with space travel in between.
I thought
And-
this wasn't Simulator of the Month.
Oh,
Oh, that's a, damn. We might have to change our name to Be Sodom.
V Sodom.
That's even better. But I'm just saying, like, the story is excellent, and if we do pick it for this month, I'm at the point in the game where I'll basically start a new game plus. So like I'll start over and just do the story again, because the character building is great and it's just a lot of fun if you like those types of games, and it's a great way to stay in shape.
It's a great way to stay in shape.
Great way to stay in shape.
I don't understand that one.
It's just a great way to stay in shape.
That's a great way to stay in shape.
It is a great way to stay in shape.
You also suggested Grim Dawn since you won last month.
I did win last month. Grim Dawn's like a ARPG, Diablo 2 style, top-down RPG, where you've got, I think, a few different classes you can choose from, and you kind of run around and kill a bunch of stuff and get cool loot and have adventures, and it's multiplayer or single player.
Salty,
Nice.
tell us about Dark Tide.
All right. So this game is basically you make a character. It takes place in the Warhammer 40K universe. I don't know if y'all are familiar with that. I wasn't before I played it, but
I thought we already played a Warhammer game.
We
That was a
tried.
different one.
It was this one that we
Oh,
tried to
Well,
play.
no, we
in
did
December.
Vermintide. We
We
did
did
Vermintide.
Vermintide.
No, we
This
played
one
But
Vermintide.
we also tried Darktide, and then
Yeah, we actually voted
immediately-
Darktide one month, and then
So-
it didn't work, so we
Yeah,
played something else.
I couldn't
so
play it.
Darktide used to not be. You could Steam players couldn't play with Microsoft players, but now they can. So it would work now. But basically, it's like think of like what is it? Destiny, where you have like the tower, and you have your classes, and you select a mission, and you get sent out on the mission and stuff like that. And that's pretty much the game. Yeah,
Cool.
just Warhammer.
Nice. Nice. Angry. Tell me about Raft.
Well, I've been wanting to play like a survival crafting or something that we can all play together for a couple
It
of
has been
months
a while.
now. So Raft is you start out and you're on a raft and you just gather supplies and build your raft bigger and encounter new challenges and grow, and a little bit of base building, a little bit of survival crafting. A lot of multiplayer. A lot of me and Ninja getting mad at each other.
Yeah, it's the content you want to
Yeah,
see.
it is.
That
content.
is-
It
Wait,
good content.
That is
Is
good
then-
content.
And then I'll find uranium and ruin it for everybody.
That's
I
how the
forgot
month.
about
That's
that.
how the month
also
ends.
the good-
And we'll all be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, Witherbottom," while we're yelling at each
Oh,
other.
That guy.
Yeah, we're like Witherbottom.
like-
It's okay. You ruined the whole game. And meanwhile, I'm like, Ninja, you do not put that fabricator right there, you bitch.
I love it.
So wait, raft is different than rust.
Yes.
Rust
on a
is like
raft.
Yeah, it's on a raft, and
Rust,
Rust is
like,
the open, go
Yeah,
kill
it's
each other.
yeah,
where
open
people are
world.
weird.
yeah.
Wait, do you
this is-
never like touch dry land on raft?
Yeah,
No,
you
you
do.
do.
There's a
That's the
story.
goal.
There's a story too. So there's stuff to explore.
Let's say it's
Oh.
probably closer to like Sons
You're
of the
out-
Forest than it is.
Yeah, it's more like a
Forest than it
Sons
is.
of the Forest or something like that.
Oh. Okay.
All right, classic WoW. So, I have heard.
Bernard, you suggested that.
I
Tell us
did.
a little bit about it.
Thank you, Witherbottom.
Nice setup with it, bottom.
I have been listening to my co-hosts on this podcast. They have been asking me for a game that they can sink their teeth into, a game that they can dedicate the next month of their lives to playing. And classic WoW is that game.
Ooh.
This is such a.
I got-
I don't want to say anything. Keep going.
Yeah. No,
I got
my
goosebumps.
hairs are standing up. Yeah.
I got chills. I got goosebumps.
I'm
This
hard.
Is
My
the
ass is
pinnacle
sweating.
of MMORPGs. You go in, you choose, and it takes 10 days of playtime to get to max level, but you do it together. You do it in a world that feels alive all around you. You do it with other people like fighting around you. Raids happen, dungeons happen, loot is given, and it is the most addictive game I've ever played. Okay, Ninja, Rocket League.
Also, interestingly, one of the most addictive games I've ever played. I didn't have a suggestion for this month, and then I got bullied into putting one in, and everybody had already taken my suggestions. So this is the game that I come up with.
What's going to be your other one?
I don't get another one, right? Because as Witherbottom
what
described,
was
I'm a
one that-
peon,
what was
so
one
I
that
don't
got
get
taken?
No, he's saying if
I was
people
gonna
hadn't
suggest
suggested.
either so Raft, WoW,
There you go.
Baldur's Gate, and Starfield were all things I was considering
Keep in mind,
suggesting.
he said raft first.
Well, that's I was going in my variation on alphabetical order.
And we're going to add Payday 2 at the end because this Payday 2 is a squad based. I think it's up to 4, maybe 5 people.
Wait, Ninja didn't give his spiel about Rocket League. He didn't
He
even
did.
talk about
He
it.
did.
He just said he liked it.
I did.
Do
Do you
wanna
need to
say-
know any more?
I need to know more. I need to know.
Yeah,
what,
tell me
what
about
Doesn't
it.
that
What is
make
this-
you want to?
What is
so Rocket League is,
What is this?
as I
Rocket League?
describe it to people having mental meltdowns, toy cars playing soccer. So if you like toy cars and you like soccer and you think you'd like to mix those two things together, boy, do I have the game for you.
Is there opportunity for me to rage at other people in this game?
Oh,
Absolutely.
ample indeed.
Can you troll people
Almost
until
every
they,
moment.
until they rage quit?
Yes.
You can do that, or it could be you. You never know.
If I were to play with Witherbottom, would he be an absolute dick the entire time?
Oh, you know it. He's gonna
Yes,
steal every
actually.
shot. He's gonna
Does he drive a douchey car in this
Oh,
game?
the
yes, it
douchiest.
looks
He's
like a
got like
Ferrari.
it looks like a Lamborghini or something.
Wow,
Yeah, it's
wow.
absurd.
I'm in. If
Yeah,
Witherbottom,
and you know what's
is
better
an
than that is he's
ass-
got a surfboard on top. Or no, it's a
It's even
kayak.
worse.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sold.
It's a kayak.
You jerk. You got me there.
Completely different.
Listen, it's an absurd game, but it's really addicting. So that's all I got.
And then by popular demand, we added Payday 2. Payday 2
From
is.
who?
You demanded
you
it and then
suggested
added
it.
it.
Don't you
Here's
remember?
popular demand.
Are you just adding yourself getting a second vote right now?
No.
Wow.
I can delete it if you want.
Who added it?
It was Chief. Me and Chief mentioned it.
Yeah, I said that Happy Hawaiian has been playing Payday 3, and then
So we're going to
Uh,
choose this as his suggestion.
yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh.
Wow.
Payday 2 is
I
like
think he
you-
would have suggested raft. It's okay. You get his suggestion. I'll get his votes.
Oh,
Hawaiian would have lent me $20 for beer. you
Payday
wanna-
2 is like a squad base where you go in and you basically go into banks to pull off heists is kind of the gameplay loop. And so you like get your squad together, you go in there and you have to play different classes to get into bank vaults or take jewels and stuff like that.
Yep.
Who wants to go first for voting?
I'll go.
Wow.
I wonder what he's
Trend-
going to pick for number 1.
Trendsetter. Number 1.
Already got it clicked.
Number 2. Warhammer.
Wow.
Nice.
Number
Didn't
1,
expect that
raft.
out of you. We didn't coordinate this time.
Yeah. What was Payday 2 again?
It's a bank, like a squad-based bank heist, like bank robbery game.
Shit. Fuck. I don't know. Number 3, WoW.
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 I don't know. 4 Payday, 5 Baldur's Gate.
All right.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
I'll go next.
I'm feeling very multiplayer-ish this month.
Yeah.
I can tell.
Yeah.
I can tell.
I'll go next. WoW 1,
Oh man.
Baldur's Gate 2, Raft 3, Warhammer 4, 85.
Also watching rug cleaning videos. Phenomenal.
You sent me one.
All right, who wants to go next?
Just gonna drop this guy in there. It's close up. It's very
Close up. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Close up of a man steaming a rug.
oh man, I haven't even looked up rug steaming. I think that's fantastic.
That's probably pretty good.
Oh man. All right, who's next?
All right, we have Johnny Cage saying, "What's up, guys?" So make sure you say hey.
Oh.
What's
hey.
up?
Hey,
Hey.
Johnny.
Hey.
All right, who wants to go next in voting?
I'll go. I'm gonna say Classic WoW 1
Ooh.
Holy
and
shit.
Baldur's Gate 2,
You don't want to
And-
play it, huh?
Raft, and I'll do Grim Dawn 4 and Warhammer 5.
All right, we got 3 votes left. Who's going next?
I hear the excitement in your
Wait.
voice because WoW is first.
So excited right now.
It was your like
We're
alluring
gonna-
like right.
None of us
I'll
are getting
go.
any sleep if WoW gets chosen.
All right, I'll go.
Oh, okay. Oh, fine.
Ooh.
right. Let's go, Salty.
Baldur's Gate 1,
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Warhammer 2, Rocket League 3.
Oh,
Well, Rocket League is like the game of the month every month anyway.
It's the unofficial game of the month every month.
like every month.
It could
That
officially
goes
be the
without
game of the
saying.
month.
Payday, and Starfield.
I was surprised the first vote for Starfield.
all right. G for Ninja. Who's next?
Who do you want me to? I'll go.
Very well.
I'm gonna go backwards with starting at 5.
Ooh.
So 5, Payday.
Getting a lot of low votes.
4, Grim Dawn. 3, Starfield. 2,
Nice.
Raft.
Wow.
1, WoW.
Wow.
Wow, that's it. I guess we're doing fucking.
Nobody say anything. When Angry gets back, I want to see his reaction. And then I
he's
will
gone.
finish it
I'm
out.
so fucking excited. If this holds.
Wait, do we need to have a secondary vote if this holds? If we're going to be Horde or Alliance?
Oh, that's a good question.
Oh wow, yeah,
I've
yeah.
never played Horde.
I guess we'll do Horde.
Wow.
I don't mind being an orc.
You
don't
can be
wanna
like
orc
an
it up?
elf. Like there's a
Is it Blood Elf? Oh, no,
Blood
not
Elf.
in
No, Blood
Classic.
Elves are not in TBC.
You can be a Tauren. Tauren, right?
yeah.
Watch
So,
your mouth, man. We're live on the internet.
All right, Ninja.
Don't use the T word around me.
This is the longest P.
Oh, I thought he went to go make more cookies.
Yeah.
He just went into his closet. He was in peeing.
Go, Tauren.
I mean, for 30 seconds.
Him as a closet.
Did you just pee in your closet?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a little jar.
It's the P closet.
PC.
All right, so this is the current as it is, and I'm the
I
last
see
to
it.
vote.
I don't
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, 5. I'll start low too.
Oh man.
5, I will do Starfield. 4, Grim Dawn. 3, Baldur's Gate. 2, Raft, and 1.
Oh
WoW.
my god.
Yes.
God.
Hey, there's crafting in WoW too.
We'll play
Oh,
fucking
shit, I take
WoW,
it back.
but not. We'll play WoW, but not Elder Scrolls. Damn.
Wow, was
Yes.
better.
Elder Scrolls
Yes,
Online
that
is
is-
so much fucking better.
In Classic WoW? I don't
Yes,
know.
in Classic WoW.
WoW's pretty good.
All right, well we're going
I
Horde
hate-
though.
I've
I hate
never
tab
played
targeting.
WoW.
I'm so
All right,
excited
all
for
right,
this.
So we're
But
going
I'm
Never
also,
Horde.
played
I'm
WoW
also
either.
so
I've played
terrified
WoW.
that this is going to like
Yeah.
go so horribly wrong.
We all hate it.
So
And
so
I'm
we're going
and I'm
Horde.
going to be playing by myself for like the whole month. I'm like, this is the best game ever.
No,
All
I
right,
will
so
play
what
with
do
you.
what do I
I'll play
download? Is
with
it
you.
just World of Warcraft?
And we need to get the Blizzard. Yeah,
Here we
Blizzard.
go.
Oh,
Blizzard
golly.
Battle.net.
Hopefully they don't lock me out of my account again.
Are we still podcasting?
Oh yeah, do you want to stop that?
Okay, wait.
Just keep it rolling.
Yeah, don't forget
Are
to like
we-
and subscribe.
Are we going
Yeah.
Horde?
Right.
Smash the like button. See you next month.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going Horde.
Yes.
Okay, so
Okay.
do I download World of Warcraft or World of Warcraft Classic?
All right.
Whoa.
Any sign-offs?
Yeah, Witherbottom had a good one. Witherbottom, what was it?
What? Oh, stay frosty and always brush your teeth.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, from your neighborhood dentist.
Bounty Hunter Buddy.
Oh yeah, that's shoot. Was that darn it?